Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Nina and this is going to be your weekly pick a card. As usual, we have three groups in front of us. This time around I chose your cards randomly, but I have turned the first card for you to get an idea of the image and see which image you're drawn to. Okay, in this week we are entering the Mercury retrograde period on the 13th, or I think it's Tuesday. We are entering Mercury retrograde, and yeah, so the usual stuff that comes up with Mercury retrograde is applicable here, which is more of an inward journey. Okay, it's not outward, it's inward. We take time to reflect, review, reassess, and everything that comes with the prefix re. Okay, so that's your energy overall. Let's start the reading. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pick your pile and I'll see you in your timestamps. Hi pile 1, for those of you who've chosen this first image, this is your card and it's the number 10. This is the singer of healing. So the singers are kind of like the helpers in this deck. Yeah, they aid us in some way. And the singer of healing is here to aid you on your path to healing. And in this card, what comes across to me is this burst of light through the darkness. Okay, so it feels like you're coming out of a period of darkness and into a period of light, which is symbolic for healing, for allowing, I'm hearing, more light into your body. If you've been especially physically sick, I feel like this is a really good time for you to allow yourself the time to and the space to heal, to recover. And you will start to see that you will be coming out the other side and feeling a lot better during this time. Okay. And number 10 is the number of completion, an ending, and a new beginning. So we have here false assumptions. This is simply a misunderstanding. Let go of the need to be right. And just by looking at the image, there's this burst of the yellow color, which is all about your solar plexus, which again has to do with your life force, your energy, feeling motivated, feeling driven, feeling passionate again, and getting your willpower back. Okay, getting your energy back. So I feel like if you have especially been feeling a bit down, feeling a bit low, maybe physically for many of you, this is a period in which things will start to improve. Now, as far as this message is concerned, we'll get more about this in your through your tarot cards. So let's get started with tarot and see what this is about. Group number 1, what's happening for them in the week ahead? Okay. Let's pull one more. Okay. Bottom of the deck we have the King of Swords, and we also have the Ace of Swords here. Okay, so I'm just noting that down. Now this is a slightly different spread that I do sometimes. Okay, so I'll just take you through this spread. Basically this is like the past, the present, and the future. Let me show you the rest of the cards. Let me adjust the camera. Okay, So we have the past, present, future, as in the near future within this week. We have the foundation and the message from your higher self. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is clearly an understanding of your dreams, what you want, what makes you happy, what no longer serves you, and you feeling you coming to a space of inner strength. Okay, that's what I'm getting here, and feeling content with who you are, with where you are in life, and feeling comfortable in your own skin. The Queen of or is this the King? The King of Pentacles in the recent past. This could be somebody that you were dealing with, okay, or who was playing a prominent part in your life. But it simply is an energy of resourcefulness, of stability, of security, and your finances being in order, especially. So all of your practical matters being taken care of, you being in a comfortable space as far as the basic necessities and wealth, abundance, all of that is concerned. And in terms of a relationship, this is a solid, reliable partnership with somebody who is there for you, who is supportive. Okay, but more than anything else, I am feeling that you are learning here to rely on yourself. Okay, that's the biggest message that is coming through here. And there's this energy here of a breakthrough happening. In terms of your present energy, we have the Nine of Cups. That is the energy of feeling complete on your own, feeling content, and it's gratification and also gratitude, like feeling really self-satisfied with where you are and emotionally in a wonderful place, which is an amazing space for you to be in, to be able to create, to manifest, to bring to life your desires. Okay, she's carefully picking out the cups here, polishing them, cleaning them up, and those are all of the desires that she's had in her life, and she's feeling really content and pleased. Okay, so this is a really solid emotional space to be in, is what I'm feeling here. So that's how you're going to feel. And also the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. It's yeah, because you can't feel a sense of gratitude and overwhelming happiness and emotional contentment unless you feel like your desires, or at least one desire, one major goal of yours has been met. Okay, so here at the bottom in the foundation we have the Fool. And as you may know, the Fool is about new beginnings, taking a leap of faith. And spiritually, I feel like the message here is that you're really banking on yourself, you're investing in yourself, in your future. And in many ways, this has been like you taking a leap of faith. Okay, having faith in yourself, having this underlying energy or trust, that the universe has your back, and that whatever it is that you initiate or you get into, or this new cycle that you jump into, is going to be prosperous. It's going to be one in which your desires are met. Okay, that's what I'm strongly feeling. Of course, the Fool brings with it the opportunity for the birth of a new cycle, for a renewal of hope and optimism as well, because it's a very fun, youthful energy. It could also be that one of your desires is perhaps to travel or to go on a journey somewhere, and that is what you are very close to achieving in this week. Okay, the message from your higher self is the Moon, which is very much like the Mercury retrograde energy, because this is all about reflection. The Moon is about reflection, about going inwards, trusting your intuition, and facing the aspects of yourself that you may have brushed under the carpet, the darkness or the things that we don't really like to acknowledge on a day-to-day basis. And these things come up for us to heal. That's where the singer of healing comes in. So your higher self is urging you, and not just urging, what I'm hearing is your higher self is patting you on your back, saying that you have been doing this work, and maybe there is that last leg that you need to complete in order to feel like you can fully trust yourself and be so strong that no matter what happens, you've got your back and you have trust in the universe as well. Okay, so this is about you also facing your inhibitions and fears. Maybe that's where these false assumptions come in. Okay, perhaps one of your points of reflection is about your need to be right, or the false assumptions that you make, perhaps you have made about yourself or somebody else. But for most of you, this is you letting go of any false assumptions about life in general, shedding old skin, releasing any sort of beliefs, which are assumptions ultimately about a situation and about yourself, which may be hindering your progress. Okay, so you're continuing to do that work, and I feel like with the 9 there, you're almost there. This is a period of completion, you being very, very close to that last leg of transformation, which helps you then to start on this new journey. Okay, with the Strength and the Ace of Swords there in your near future, this is definitely an energy of victory, overcoming challenges, overcoming inner and outer battles, and again being in this really strong position in which no matter what is thrown at you, you've got your back, you have faith, you have trust, and you have this amazing sense of clarity. Okay, this is very much connected to your crown chakra, which is the clarity that you get from your higher self or from your divine self about the way forward. Okay, the Ace of Swords here could also be some kind of a new beginning in an intellectual sense. It could be a contract, it could be some kind of opportunity that comes your way which involves speech, intellect, communication, but more than anything else, I feel like this is a sense of clarity, a sense of you cutting away and cutting through any sort of emotional drama that you may have gone through, and coming out of it feeling much stronger, feeling more comfortable in your own skin, and feeling like, I've got it. Okay, I've got it, and I don't need to be afraid of anything. So this is a wonderful period for you to heal any remaining energies that you may be still holding on to, which may be holding you back, fears, inhibitions, things like that. Okay, I want to pull a few Lenormand cards to just get some specific messages for you. Okay, what else you can expect in the week ahead. Group number 1. Also, I feel like you're grabbing this sword, and with strength there, you're really becoming your own leader in a way. Okay, not relying on anybody else. That's a really big message that's coming through. And in the past, maybe this felt foolish to you, or this maybe felt like I'm not used to it, may have brought up a lot of fears, but you're facing those fears now. Okay, so we have the mice, the man, and the sun. I want to get a few more cards. Okay, the heart and the fox. Okay, we have the ring at the bottom of the deck, so this clearly has something to do with a relationship. there are two ways to look at this. One is that you or this other person could be a man, okay, have been really doubtful of this connection, and you've been perhaps maybe even hiding your feelings from each other. And in this context, the mice is to me more about self-doubt, inhibition, fears, okay, those niggles that we get, little speed bumps on our path. I feel like you're overcoming that, okay. You or this other person, or both of you, I feel, are able to overcome that in this next week. And this is a strong commitment, it's a strong partnership. It could be a business partnership, but more likely it is a personal relationship that is close to your heart, okay, one in which there are lots of feelings involved. So for others of you, it could be that someone actually has not been that trustworthy, and you have perhaps been getting this intuitive hit, that there's something that they're hiding from me. If there is anything like that, it is going to come to light, it is going to be illuminated, okay. That's a strong message there, because the sun throws light on any sort of darkness, okay. So there is this sense of clarity also that is coming about. It could be that this is that King of Pentacles that we saw earlier, but usually that person, that character, the King of Pentacles, is really, really reliable. So if at all they have been hiding something from you, it is going to come to light. But for many of you, I feel like this relationship is going to strengthen, okay. We have the key as well. Speaking of strengthening, we have the anchor. It is looking positive in the sense that you're able to deepen your connections, or if you haven't expressed your feelings to each other, you're able to do that in this next 7 to 10 days, okay. So let's get one card from the Whispers of Love Oracle deck and see what this is about. Relationship and love messages. Romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. Like attracts like, and rest and relaxation is essential. Express love through gifts. See, I do feel like there's a sense of expression that is coming through when you're able to finally be vulnerable with each other, letting go of those inhibitions, letting go of, those niggles, self-doubt, not feeling good enough, whatever that is, and allowing things to unfold slowly is what I'm getting. And also relaxing in each other's company. That's a big deal there, okay. So those are your messages, group number 1. I'm wishing you all the very best. Allow yourself this space, this time to heal, to recover, and you will thank yourself for it, because you'll come out of it feeling so much stronger and feeling more in charge, okay. So, and recharged. So wish you all the best, and I'll see you again later. Hi group 2, for those of you who've chosen this image here, this is the card of La Escuna, and this is the number 59 card. So 59, is it 59? No, it's 39, I'm sorry. I really like this energy because firstly, she's really comfortable with where she is, and yet there's something that she's looking forward to, okay. And this, as you can see, is an amphibian creature. It's a fey deck, so it's an amphibian creature. She's like half toad or half frog and half woman. The meaning for this card and the way it's coming through here is that there's a sense of exploration that is it's enticing, is what I'm hearing, okay. And La Escuna is someone who can go to the depths, as in the ocean, okay, of the really, really deep water, and she can also come up and be connected to earth. Okay, so there's this in between sort of phase here, or the ability to adapt to two different spaces, two different ways of being, that's coming through. So adaptability is coming through. And the other thing that I'm getting here is, exploration. So what more do you want to do? What more do you want to explore? What more do you want to experiment with? This could be a really tangible thing, like you wanting to explore a hobby, do something creative, explore new avenues for making money, explore new avenues for creating friendships. Whatever it is, ultimately it is something that brings you the sense of something to look forward to, excitement, okay, adventure, and this idea that you're content, you're happy, okay. So there is something that you are seeking perhaps, and this is a good week for you to explore those options, explore those ideas, explore what else you're capable of if this is about your talents and gifts. Okay, we have here the blame game. It's time to take ownership of the life you are creating. This is what you're releasing. I feel you're letting go of any sort of blame game. Okay, so I also feel like you're able to now, I'm focusing here on this second part of this line, the life that you are creating. Okay, now it could be that you have been in the depths of the waters, as in very emotional, dealing with some really difficult emotions in the recent past, and even this Mercury retrograde period is a good time for us to face these kind of things, and they usually do come up. So it's a very good time period for us to reflect, to review, to assess, or to reassess, our relationships with ourselves and with others. And this, I feel, is a time for you to go beyond that, is what I'm getting. To go beyond this little bubble in which, there's a he said, she said, or she said, or whatever. And you're able to go beyond that. You're able to, like a Three of Wands energy, okay, you're able to explore, you're able to expand your horizons in some way. Let's see, in terms of tarot, what this would elaborate on. The Hierophant. Okay, nice. We have the Page of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. Again, this can actually represent that whole idea of, fighting for what you believe in, putting up a fight, standing up for what you believe in. But also it could imply that there is this blame game going on, ego clashes, power struggles between you and somebody else. For many of you, this is at your place of work, okay, because we have the Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles here. But what I like seeing here is that you're coming to a place of balance, and that idea, that message of exploration, adventure is really, really coming through the other cards here. Okay, we have here the Hierophant in the recent past. Now the Hierophant can be a little bit overpowering, okay, because it speaks of rules, it speaks of also your beliefs, okay. And if you are perhaps in a situation in which your beliefs are clashing with the beliefs of other people, or your opinions, in other words, are clashing with them, it can bring about a lot of stress. And so breaking through that convention is a little bit challenging, and yet it's a number 5, which is about change, which is about ushering in change and being open and adaptable in that sense. Coming back to that that idea of being adaptable. Okay, so you may have been dealing with somebody like that, who may be in an authoritative position. It could also be parental figure, whatever it is. It could be an organization in which there's a lot of hierarchy. You need to go back and forth. You need to go through a lot of levels, to get something done. So there's a lot of perhaps red tapeism, bureaucracy, all of that jazz. Okay, it can be frustrating. But what I see here is that you're channeling your energy in a very creative manner in the next 7 to 10 days. I won't be surprised if you're feeling called to do something that you have perhaps done in the past, and it's gone to the wayside, and now you're bringing it back, you're focusing on it again, because these 2 cards here are really speaking out to me here. In your foundation, we have the Knight of Wands, and what your higher self is suggesting you to do is the Page of Wands. These are both wonderful cards for that burst of creativity, passion, motivation, wanting to do something, wanting to explore, wanting to go on an adventure, to initiate something. Okay, it's a very fiery Aries, Leo, Sag sort of energy, taking on a new journey. Okay, so in this card here, quite specifically, this person is painting. So it doesn't have to be that you do art, okay, but it definitely feels to me like a creative outlet, something that is very close to your heart. And it could be that you are, foundation is, what the crux of the matter is. You want to embark on this journey. There's something that you want to explore very, very much. Okay, and it could be that further on, this could develop into something that brings you even money. Okay, it could be like a service that you could offer to other people. Here in this card, she's offering the Pentacles as an act of generosity. And in general, this is a Virgo card, so this also speaks of being of service. So what can you offer to the world? What can you offer beyond what you have been offering? That's a big message for you in this next 7 to 10 days. Okay, and yes, it could be something that requires you to juggle. Okay, to juggle your time, your energy, maybe even your resources, in a way that you're able to be at peace, okay, whilst doing this. And in this particular card here, we have this rune, which is the rune called Rido, which is a rune of journey again. Okay, so your whole theme here for the week ahead is of a journey. Now, it may be a physical journey, but for many of you, this is a creative journey that you are embarking on, in which you're able to now pursue what it is that you're very passionate about. And it could be something that involves, going against the grain, doing something that is not by the book, and doing something that is not, conventional in a way. And it doesn't mean that you quit your job and you take on this hobby project or whatever, but it is about creating a sense of balance. You have 2 twos here. The High Priestess is also number 2. So I definitely feel like your whole reading is talking about adaptability, you creating a sense of balance between what you're already doing conventionally and what you really feel passionate about. This is a wonderful week for you to initiate a creative outlet, a creative project, explore something new, explore perhaps what else you have to offer in terms of your talents, your gifts, your abilities. And it could also be that you receive some extra money through this outlet, okay? Maybe in this week as well. It could be a pursuit that you've been intuitively feeling very drawn to, okay? And it could literally be a spiritual work, okay? Something that involves spirituality, something maybe yoga, maybe meditation, maybe research, maybe something that involves spiritual teachings, okay? Things like that. So you're not giving up on that one thing that you are used to, but you're also channeling your energy towards something that is closer to your heart and which feels new, which feels exciting, okay? That's what I'm getting strongly there. Let's get 3 Lenormand cards as well, just to give us a better idea of what this may be. Also, the other message here that I'm getting is, you're able to be adaptable in the sense that you're able to do a bit of both, right? In between, able to explore both worlds, able to also see a bit of the other person's perspective, whoever you're dealing with. It could be a work situation, like I said, and also able to do a bit of your own, okay? We have the coffin, we have clover, and we have the stars. This is beautiful. Anchor at the bottom of the deck could definitely have something to do with your job situation, work situation. With the coffin, I feel like you're ready again to come out of that period of stagnancy, of things not happening. And clover and star are here to give you a big boost of optimism, luck, recognition, success, and a general sense of upliftment and creativity, okay? So go for it is what I would say. Let's see in terms of relationships, what do we have for you? Be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. Love is all around you, there's love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as the truth. And simple acts of kindness. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles there is kindness, there is generosity, both ways here. Receive with love and appreciation. So if that blame game thing was about, not being, let's say, contract, whether that is professional or personal, not being balanced, I feel like things will come back into balance this week, in which you're able to receive. There's an equality, there's a sense of generosity and kindness on both parts, and you're also being called to keep an open mind and be supportive of the other person or the situation, okay? So I'm wishing you all the best, and I'll see you again later. Have a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi Group 3, for those of you who've chosen this image here, this is a collective of pixies, and it's the number 48, which boils down to 12, which is the number 3. And 3 is all about collaboration, about teamwork, about communication, and it's also the birth of something new. It's a very creative number. I feel like in this week, you're learning how to work with others, okay? There is a sense of collaboration here. And this card speaks of a joyful participation. Now, participation can be dreary. It can be one in which you're like, oh God, I need to work with these people. I'm not really a team player, blah, 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 or I don't get along with these people. But I feel like in this week, you're going to find creative solutions to work around that situation, okay? If you have been especially dealing with certain dynamics in which there's a group that you need to be a part of and you don't really get along with them, this week you're going to find it easier to come up with solutions or ways, tactics to maneuver through it, is what I'm getting. Okay, we have here reaching out. It's time for you to reach out and ask for the help that you need. See how beautifully these two cards come together. And in this card here, we have a lot of blues, we have a lot of orange as well. Sacral chakra and the throat chakra. Reaching out is an act of, in a way, communication, communion. So I definitely feel like there's an emphasis here in the next 7 to 10 days on collaboration, you being open to receiving support, receiving help from other people. And also for some of you, I'm feeling, coming across like-minded people who you haven't been in touch with or you don't know at all. It could be a completely new set of people, or it could also be people from the past who you are now reconnecting with. Okay, very much a Mercury retrograde energy if you're reconnecting with people. Okay, and I definitely feel like this is about you being more open to support, to help from others. Okay, now let's see in terms of tarot what we can elaborate on in terms of that message, that theme for you in the next 7 to 10 days. Group number 3. Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Another 3, we have the 3 of Wands. The Knight of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. Let's get one more. Let's get 2 more. 4 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck we have the Page of Wands, which came up for another group in the spread. So you might have been drawn to that group as well, but I certainly feel like there's this strong emphasis, like you can see, on collaboration, on working with others, on help coming your way, on friendships, on connections, on partnerships, on big group dynamics. Okay, but there's also this energy of you wanting to do things on your own terms, is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's break this down. We have the 10 of Pentacles in the recent past. 10 of Pentacles is again a big group of people. It's the kind of stability, security, the white picket fence, the happy family, the wonderful home, family home, whatever that family means to you. Okay, not necessarily blood family. It could be just a general sense of community that you really enjoy, which is very strong, which is rooted, which is stable, and in a traditional sense there's a sense of legacy that comes with it. Okay, so it's people also that you can rely on. Okay, people that you can turn to for support. Usually in a healthy family, that's what we expect. That's where you're coming from. That's your recent past energy. Okay, so it feels like it's been very stable, but sometimes the 10 of Pentacles can be a little bit stagnant in that you are seeking more. You're seeking, you're like, okay, yeah, this is done, this is wonderful, it's secure and all of that, but what else do I want? Okay, what else can I explore? And speaking of exploration, that's what your higher self is urging you to do. The 3 of Wands here in this context speaks to me about searching for new avenues, whether it is in terms of a very practical sense. It could be you looking for, you know, new ways to expand your business, new companies to apply for jobs. Okay, it could involve you going overseas, taking things international. Okay, or in many ways this is about creation and about collaboration and about exploration. That is what your higher self is urging you to do. Okay, you don't need to necessarily pack your bags and leave like this girl here, but you may want to do that. Okay, but the idea here is exploration. The idea is expansion of what is into what else could be. Okay, that is what is enticing, that is what is calling out to you. That's your higher self speaking to you. And in the present we have the Knight of Cups. So you do have support, you have perhaps an offer coming your way of help, of support, something very genuine. Okay, and it has an emotional base or foundation to it, something that you've like, there's an emotional connection here. Okay, whether that is to a thing that you're pursuing or to somebody. I feel like for many of you this is a person or a group of people who are approaching you or who are available now for you to explore more with. Okay, for you to maybe get help from, get support from, get advice from, or to turn to simply in terms of a emotional support system. Okay, this is a wonderful energy for new friendships also to develop, friendships also that could turn into romance. Okay, for some of you, but for others of you this is you wanting to explore more in terms of creativity, in terms of passions, wanting to maybe collaborate with other people. It's something that brings you a lot of joy. This is the pursuit of a dream as well. Okay, and with the 10 of Cups there, again we have two tens here, very much a collaborative group dynamic energy. This is to me, ultimate bliss, ultimate contentment, and the kind of joy, the kind of happiness that you can enjoy with others, that you can share with others, that you're more than happy to share with others. Okay, so I feel like this is all boiling down to your connections with other people in this next 7 to 10 days. You feeling secure, you feeling happy in your group dynamics. Okay, and wanting to use perhaps that support system to further yourself in some way. Could be a creative way, it could be in terms of your business, but whatever it is, your foundation is pretty solid. Okay, that is what you can bank on. All right, supportive and friendly connections. In your near future we have the 7 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. If this is a romantic connection, or even a friendship for that matter, or an opportunity for you to collaborate with other people, I do feel like you're going to take some time to contemplate about it, to think about it, to meditate over it, because you're very concerned about whether this will happen on my terms. Okay, because the 7 of Wands is about, it can be very defensive, it can be about you fighting for what you believe in, and sometimes it can mean that you are putting up walls and you don't want people to enter your life. Okay, because you're very protective of yourself, of your heart, whatever the reason may be. And maybe you're just wary of people and you're like, okay, just I'm good by myself, that sort of thing. But in this week I feel like you're giving it a good amount of thought. You're contemplating about whether it's really worth it to collaborate with other people, or to let someone in, or to let multiple people in. or you want to go by it solo. Okay, and ultimately I feel like you're going to decide on the basis of what is good for you in the long run. The Queen of Wands is very determined, very passionate, and very goal oriented as well. And the strongest message that I'm getting here with these two cards is your willpower, okay, your strength, your ability to achieve and to stand up for what you believe in and for what you want. So even if you do collaborate with others, you decide to do that, it's going to be strongly on your terms, okay? Because I don't think the Queen of Wands is someone who bends over backwards or does people pleasing. She's definitely not like that. She's more of a diva, okay? But this is a place in which perhaps you might need to be a little bit more open-minded if you're very closed off to other people, and this idea of letting support and help and love in. But yes, give it some thought, okay, and put your mind to rest if you have fears around that. Let's see in terms of Lenormand. Let's pull out 3 cards and see what we get. Oops. Okay. The Man fell out. We have the Key. We have Birds. We have Stork. And we have the Man. Okay, so there are changes. There are definitely changes. There's movement. For some of you, this does involve travel. But in any way, this is a shake-up in the sense that it's a change in the status quo. And this is looking actually really positive. With the Key and the Birds there, this is to me a classic combination of brainstorming, of getting ideas by collaborating, by meeting other people, by talking to other people, by reaching out, okay? So be open to getting ideas or bouncing off your ideas other people, okay? Because you never know, you might just, find a solution to a problem that way, or you find a brilliant opportunity that way, okay? Because the Key can also be an opportunity. And this looks like there is a specific person here, this man, or you could be this man. But the idea here is collaboration, again, communication, reaching out, being open to changes, okay? Being open to perhaps a new lifestyle, a new way of being, alright? And there is definitely movement here, movement forward. Wow, I pulled out this card and we have Ask for Help. So all over your reading is this idea of collaboration. And in this card here, she's asking for help from this really wise old man. It could be a man who is coming into your life who is probably more experienced than you, but ego could come into play. So just be careful of that. If you're not used to working with others, kind of like me, then you might find it a bit, you might take it in the wrong way, okay? Like, I'm good by myself, or don't patronize me, that kind of thing. But yeah, when you do it, just be aware that you're doing that. But there is this strong energy here of help available, support available. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. So you're breaking free from limitations. What's interesting here is in this card, I don't know if you can see that, there's a couple there of swans. There's a pair of swans right there. There's a lot of emphasis here on working in tandem with other people, okay? And perhaps one specific person. I'm hearing, if someone reaches out to you treat it like an act of generosity and love rather than seeing it with skepticism. Wow, we have the Union of Hearts. This is amazing. Okay. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Just don't be too skeptical is what I'm getting. Okay. There's a union here, definitely, of you and a group of people, or you and a specific person who's really loving, really supportive, who is most likely from your soul tribe. So just be open to it. All right. I'm wishing you all the best. Do take care of yourself. Have a lovely week ahead, which I'm sure you're going to have. And take care. Bye bye.